Spring Special. It was a bright, sunny morning as Thomas pulled a Spring Special train through Sodor's beautiful countryside. His carriages, Annie and Clarabelle, were packed with excited passengers. Thomas puffed by rivers, farms and lush green meadows. "This special is a tourist train to show everyone the spring sights," smiled Thomas. There were lots of things to see. Lambs were playing, foals and calves were grazing. The trip also took Thomas past a plant nursery. Pickers were cutting tulips and other flowers for market. Next, Thomas stopped near an old windmill that was being repaired. "That windmill will reopen in 2 days so it can grind grain and sell flour again," Thomas's guard told the passengers. Moments later, Harvey the crane engine arrived with the mill's new sails. But as a crane lifted one of the heavy sails into position, it swung against the side of the mill. There was a loud crack as wood splintered. Luckily, no one was hurt, but one of the sails was damaged. "Let's hope we can still open on time tomorrow," said the mill manager. It gave Thomas a clever idea. He told the Fat Controller, who spoke to the manager of the plant nursery. Edward was sent there. Then he went on to the flour mill. Later, Thomas set off with the Spring Special. This time he took the Fat Controller too. When Thomas arrived at the mill, his passengers were surprised. The mill sails were covered with flowers that Edward had fetched from the nursery. "They'll hide the damage on the broken sail." "Thanks, Thomas," said the mill manager. "It's a real flour mill now," joked Thomas. "Enjoy your day in the countryside," says Farmer Collet to the walkers. How many of each of the following things can you count in this picture? Don't worry, we'll count them together. First of all, how many birds can you see in this picture? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 birds. Next, let's count how many squirrels you can spot. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 squirrels. Now let's count the flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 beautiful flowers. Now let's count the rabbits. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 little bunny rabbits. You're doing very well. Keep it up. Now let's count the sheep. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 woolly sheep. Finally, let's count all the colourful butterflies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 colourful butterflies. Wow, that's a lot of counting. Now, let's have another story. Sheep Crossing. Murdoch loves nothing more than going on long, slow journeys through the countryside. One spring day, Murdoch was pulling trucks of coal across the island. He took his time, enjoying the scenery and the sunshine. Who is the engine in the picture? The engine in the picture is called Murdoch. Moments later, Murdoch saw Toby. "Better speed up," said the tram engine. "Some sheep are about to cross the line around that bend." But Murdoch didn't want to spoil his trip and wanted to take his time. "Slow and safe wins the race," He peeped. Who does Murdoch meet? Murdoch meets Toby, the tram engine. But Toby was right. As Murdoch rounded the bend, the sheep were already making their way slowly across the track. They were so slow that even Murdoch began to feel impatient. Maybe speed isn't so bad after all, he pondered. What kind of animals are crossing the track? That's right, a flock of sheep are crossing the line. When all the sheep had finished crossing, Murdoch moved along. This time he picked up some speed. We should make it on time to deliver the coal if we hurry, said his driver. For once, Murdoch agreed. Those sheep are even slower than me, he chuckled. What colour is Murdoch's paintwork? Murdoch's paintwork is an ochre colour, which is a sort of orangey brown. Here are 8 different shapes and 8 differently coloured shadows. Can you help match each shape to its correct shadow? Here's the first shape. Do you know who this is? That's right, it's Toad, the brake van. He works with Oliver on the coastal branch line. Which shadow matches Toad's shape? How about this yellow shadow? No, the yellow shadow is too wide to be Toad. But what about this large purple shadow? Yes, it's an exact match. Well done. Our next shape is a baby lamb. Isn't he cute? It should be quite easy to find this shadow. Just look for the shadow that has 4 legs. Have you found it yet? Yes, the blue shadow is the perfect fit. Next up is this egg. Can you find its shadow? What about the red shadow? No, that's far too small to be an egg. We're looking for a shadow that's round. Let's try this orange shadow. It's a perfect match. You are doing well. Next we need to match this daffodil to its shadow. Maybe it's the yellow shadow. No, that's not right. They may both be yellow in colour, but this shadow is much too big and long. What about this green shadow? Just as I thought, another perfect match. Did you get that one at home? Here's Bertie the bus. Hello, Bertie. Bertie is quite big and very long. Can you see any shadows like that? Well done. The yellow shadow belongs to Bertie. Here's a little bluebird bringing a tasty worm to its birdhouse. Which colour shadow matches him? How about this red shadow? No, not even close. Let's try this purple one. Bingo, we've got it. Well done. There's only 2 more shapes left and only 2 more shadows. Let's look at the 2 shapes. One is a daisy flower, and the other is a nest of little chicks. Do you think you can do both of these on your own? Well done. The pink shadow is the chicks, and the red shadow is the daisy flower. That was hard work, but now it's time for one last story. Farm fun. Edward took some children to a farm one spring day. Sheep and cows were grazing, with little lambs at play. There were piglets in the pigsty, one ran around the yard. The children helped to catch it, but catching it was hard. Take a rest, their teacher said, then Terence chugged on by. He pulled the children in a cart. What fun! He heard them cry. How many people can you count in the cart? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 people in Terence's wooden cart. One of the horses is missing something. What is it? That's right, the horse on the right is missing its tail. That's all for today. Bye bye for now. If you liked what you heard, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more stories from the magical island of Sodor. Bye bye.